The Soul That Danced Under Moonlight. A twisted Chinese court tale from the 1800s. Some stories are not told with pride. They are whispered behind red silk screens, their truths too dark, too dangerous to live in the light. Once upon a time, long before the emperors of steel and smoke, before the West ever fully touched the East, there was a girl. A girl so hauntingly beautiful, so divinely formed, that her mere presence unsettled the bones of those around her. Her name was Annaliese, a German girl born in a strange land. But beauty, in the wrong eyes, is danger. Her hair was the color of winter fire, her eyes blue like crushed sapphire, yet deep enough to hide the storms of the past and future. But the townspeople didn't see beauty. No, they saw an omen. They called her Hexie, witch. They spat when she passed, crossed themselves, hid their children. The cruel whispers grew. She speaks with spirits. She brings plague and bad crops. No man who looks at her lives a peaceful life. And when she turned 17, the whispers turned into plans. One midnight, under the howls of jackals and the thick fog of superstition, the townspeople surrounded her family's thatched hut. Torches in hand, hearts swollen with fear, they didn't knock, they burnt. But fire isn't always the end. Sometimes, it's the beginning. Annaliese's mother, Isolde, and her father, Henrik, fled into the darkness, guided by an old friend, a smuggler, half-blind and half-brave, onto a splintered boat that coughed and cracked against angry waves. They sailed east toward the unknown. Their voyage was cursed, sickness, starvation, storms. And yet when death closed its hand, it hesitated. They were thrown onto the shores of a hidden island near the coast of China. And it was there, weary and broken, that fate led them to the steps of a nobleman's estate. The nobleman Li Shen was a man of power, but with a heart unlike most. He saw not the fear in Annaliese, but her light. He took her in, called her daughter, and gave her silks and safety. His wife, Lady Maylin, did not smile. Li Shen already had a daughter, Shuling, the same age as Annaliese. But no two girls could be more different. One burnt like moonlight, the other faded like a forgotten song. Yet the family lived in peace until the 5th Wunya day, a sacred occasion where nobles presented themselves before the emperor. That year, for the first time, Li Shen brought both his families, his blood and his adopted stars. The court was alight with jade lanterns and golden wine. Musicians plucked strings so delicately it seemed heaven itself was listening. And then, she danced. Annaliese, barefoot on marble, moving not like a girl but like a forgotten goddess. Each twirl, a spell. Each movement, a prayer. The emperor himself leaned forward, and his Sant prince forgot to breathe. "Who is she?" he asked his father, his eyes wide. That night, the snow fell, but no one felt the cold. The next morning, Annaliese was gone, vanished with the nobleman's caravan. But the prince could not forget her. He searched through scrolls, names, and nobility lines. Nothing. She was a ghost in silks. But love, when real, cuts through mist and lies. He found her again, and this time he did not let go. He stood before his people and declared, "By the next lunar year, I shall wed the girl who danced under snow. She is my heart's truth." But not all hearts rejoiced. Lady Maylin, the nobleman's wife, felt her plans unravel like spoilt silk. It was supposed to be Shu Ling, not the witch's child. In secret, she sought her mother, the dreaded Grand Matron of Shadow Valley, a woman so feared. Her name was written in ink and burnt before spoken. The Grand Matron listened, smiled with black teeth, and offered a solution: alchemy of soul, a forbidden ritual. One soul swapped with another, one body, two minds. And when done beneath the full blood moon, irreversible, Maylin plotted, feeding poison dreams into Shu Ling's ears. "It's your destiny. She stole your light." The plan was set. They kidnapped Annaliese the night before the prince's formal proposal. Chained in cold iron, they placed her body upon obsidian stone. As the moon bled across the sky, the Grand Matron chanted in tongues older than time. But fate is not so easily tricked. As the ritual reached its peak, Annaliese awoke. Not the girl, but the goddess. A blinding light burst from her heart. The air bent, the moon screamed, the winds bowed. The goddess within her, silent since birth, had returned. "You dare try to claim what I chose to forget?" She whispered, not in anger but in sorrow. The Grand Matron choked on her breath. Her eyes turned white. Her body crumbled like dust. Lady Maylin screamed and was silenced. The next morning, the court found Annaliese barefoot, eyes glowing faint gold, standing beside the prince. Her story was never told in full, only whispered behind red curtains. But every noble, every servant, every scribe knew. And Shuling? Some say she fled into the mountains, others that her soul never returned. As for Annaliese, the girl once called a witch, she became empress. And every fifth, Wunya, when the moon turns pale and the air hums with forgotten music, dancers swirl in her honor. But they never look her in the eyes too long, because even now, no one is certain. Is it still her in that body, or is it the goddess, still watching, still waiting? Never fear beauty, fear what hides beneath it. And when fate dances into your life, make sure it's your own soul that answers the music. And so, dear listener, the next time the moon shines too bright, the next time a stranger dances like they've done it for centuries, look twice, because in folk tales of many tribes, not every soul is what it seems. Until the next tale, stay curious, stay brave, and never stop listening. This has been another Twisted Whisper from the Shadows, brought to you by Folktales of Many Tribes, where the stories find you even when you don't seek them.